What is up, you guys? It's Nat. Welcome to my video. Today we are building a house that I don't have a name for. I hit up one of my Sims friends on Twitter and we couldn't come up with anything. So when you're viewing this, it'll be very late at night, first of all, at least my time, because I'm getting this out very late to you guys, but I just decided I have to get this out today. I missed Wednesday's upload. Monday's upload was on Tuesday. Like, this week has just been a mess, you guys. So I was dedicated to getting this out to you guys today, and I know a lot of you are in different time zones, and some of you are recommending maybe uploading a little bit later, so I'm granting your wish, I guess. Uploading late. On a Thursday. I forgot what day it was. I have such a killer headache, you guys. Oh my goodness. Man, do I have some stories for you to tell, although, stories, not really, just me complaining, basically. That's pretty much what I'll be doing throughout this video. By the way, I have to record tomorrow's video after this. It is recorded, it is edited, it just needs voiceover, and you guys are going to be hearing the voice of my dear beloved Daniel for the first time. He is going to help me with the voiceover because my voice is dying, although that's going to be an even shorter voiceover than this one is, but whatever, I guess. But basically, my voice has been dying, and Dan offered to help me, kind of jokingly, and said, oh, if you give me a script, I'll do your voiceover for you. And I was like, well, I have been wanting to join that whole, you know, like, fiance, boyfriend, girlfriend, mom, dad, sister does my voiceover thing. So, you know, I was like, maybe I won't do a script and have you do it alone, because he, you know, I'm not saying that I'm experienced in this, but he, you know, he watches my videos, but I don't know if he could do what I do the way that I do it. I mean, I am me, I am Nat, I just do what I do. He's not experienced in recording audio, and obviously I'm not that experienced, I'm not amazing at it, my audio isn't the highest quality. But, like, at least I'm accustomed at this point, like, I have a formula where I just kind of talk about stuff, occasionally talk about the build that's going on or whatever it is that we're doing. But, you know, he's not used to sitting and talking for X number of minutes to a screen, you know, so he's gonna join me and we're gonna do the voiceover together, and it should be interesting because I'm actually building, a house from the Pokemon games. It is actually the game where your character resides in the Sun and Moon game. I believe that's what it's called, because what's it called that's coming out tomorrow? I keep forgetting, but it's basically, it's Sun and Moon, whatever. It's like Dan told me it's basically that game, but more. I was like, what does that mean? Because, okay guys, I'm a huge Pokemon fan, huge fan of the anime, and yes, I have played the games before. Have I played every single one? No. Have I played Pokemon Go? Yes. I am not a fake fan, okay? Some of you are probably out there like, you didn't play the games, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, like, I played Black and White. Older ones, I have a good reason. I didn't play them because I was young at the time. I got my first Game Boy Color when, oh dear God, how old did I turn? All I remember is I had my birthday at this, like, gymnastics place, and I thought it was the best birthday ever, because not only did I get to do gymnastics, which was a sport that I was super into when I was younger, but I got a Game Boy Color, okay? And I wanted the Pokemon games, but I didn't understand how to express to my parents what they were. So one year, my mom came home, and she was really happy, because she thought that she got me the Pokemon games. What she actually got me was, it was like, I think it was Pokemon, like, Art Academy for the PC. And oh look, my other video that was saving just popped up my screen. That was weird. Don't mind that. But yeah, she got me these games, but they were for the PC, and it was like Art Academy or something. And it was red and blue, and you basically made your own, sorry, I keep playing with my water bottle I have with me because my voice is going, so I keep playing with the cap and it's making a lot of noise and I feel bad. But if you haven't heard the noise, then that was just awkward. I shouldn't address these things. But, what was I saying? It was the Art Academy thing. It's, I'm forgetting that. That's not gonna help my voice at all. when you make, like, cards and envelopes, I'm sure someone out there is, like, ripping their hair out, like, it's this, and I'm just sitting here like, I don't know, guys, I don't know. It's, you know, this is part of my living, is designing this stuff. My living, my career is designing this stuff, because I'm a graphic designer, and I don't even know what it's called. You know, it's gonna hit me, and I'm gonna feel really, really dumb. I was about to say, let me, like, Google it real quick, but I don't have my phone on me, I don't think. I just have a pocket. Got a pocket full of cough drops, not a pocket full of sunshine. I got a pocket full of cough drops. It's great. I love this life. Oh my god, it keeps like coming and going, and I keep wanting to say toiletries, but that's not it. But regardless, that's what the games that my mom got were, and they were not compatible with our PC, so I couldn't even play them. So when I was younger, I loved my Game Boy Color, and I remember having a Shrek game and some other random games. I always loved the Game Boy systems. When a new one came out, I always wanted it, up until I got the 3DS, and I haven't touched it in a while. I haven't gotten any of the new stuff, but you know, I have been looking at the Switch. A lot of people really highly recommend the Switch. I've been thinking about that, but it's just so expensive, you guys. I'm broke. I can't afford that. But yeah, I keep saying too, because I feel like I'm upstairs in my recording space right now, where I'm not going to get the greatest quality of audio, but it's where I won't be disturbed. I'm sitting in a big, cozy recliner right now because I'm not feeling well. I'm sick from earlier. Yeah, we haven't even gotten into that. If you, by the way, I guess I'll plug my Twitter right now. I usually throw in my little Twitter banner at the 1 minute mark, so you've probably already seen it. But if you are not, follow me over on Twitter. I'm very, very funny. Sometimes, not really. And you can get, like, life updates. You can get life updates from me, mate. that was bad. You can get life updates, and, you know, I've thought about vlogging and stuff like that. I've been talking about that over on my Twitter, but, yeah, I'm sick. I have a major headache. I'm very stressed out because about 3 weeks ago, I got an oil change done on my car, right? Well, oil light's still on. That's not very pertinent, but what is the pertinence of that? Well, I don't know. There's something wrong with my car, and I don't know what it is, and it may or may not have to do with that oil change. It may have been a botched oil change, I don't know. But my mechanic doesn't think it was. But basically, okay, picture like Nat 3 weeks to a month ago. I'm all giddy, happy, wee! My car is a piece of crap, but I deal with it every day because I love my life sometimes, and I have to have a car. So, take it to get an oil change. I go to take Wilfred for a walk, which if you don't know, follow me on Twitter, because I have a puppy and his name is Wilfred and he's really cute. He's an Irish Wolfhound. He's already like 50 pounds. Like I haven't done a pup date in a while. I made a video introducing him when we first got him when he was like teeny tiny. Yeah, he's like 50 pounds now and the size of my fully grown Labrador, and he's gonna get like 3 times bigger, so it's great. But went to go take him for a walk and realized when I got to the place I was taking him to that was closed for an event. So I was like, alright, Wilfred's not a big fan of the back seat, let me put him up in shotgun. Well, I had the window down for him, right? I go to put the window up, window's not going up. All of a sudden, window makes a noise, and the glass falls all the way down. It, like, came off the, what would you call it, the reel or whatever it's on? I'm like, oh, great. And so, you know, I tried telling my mechanic this over the phone, but what he thinks I'm saying is that my, you know, my switch is dead, like my, you know, window just isn't going down anymore. What he didn't realize was that my window was stuck down. I couldn't get it shut. So for 3 weeks, I sat around and I didn't drive my car anywhere. I would wait until Dan got home because I gave him my old car when I got this one a while ago. So I would just wait for him to get home, or I just wouldn't really go anywhere. And I currently work from home anyway, so it wasn't a huge deal. It's not like I'm driving into the city every day. But yeah, sat around waiting because he told me like, oh, it's gonna be like a $200 to fix your, you know, that made no sense. It's going to be a $200 repair to fix your window. And my dad says to me, oh, I'll help you, like, take apart the door and we'll just push the glass up, whatever. So, sit around, hanging around, blah, blah, blah. Don't drive the car for 3 weeks. And then finally, like, you know, I'm tired of waiting for my dad to help me, which I understand he's very busy. But, like, you know, I need my car. So I called Jerry. I just said his name. Well, his name is Jerry. My mechanic's name is Jerry. I'm not going to tell you anything else about him, other than the fact that he's a very nice guy. But, I call him, and I'm like, so can we talk more about this? Because, like, this really needs to be fixed. I can't wait any longer. I've been waiting on my dad to help me. You know, he's just been very busy with work and stuff like that. And he's like, wait a minute, it's in the down position? I thought it was just broken, it was stuck closed, and you want me to fix it. And I was like, no, like, it's down, I just want to push the glass up. And he was like, oh, I would have told you to come over 3 weeks ago when you first called me. Let's fix this. We'll just, you know, we don't even have to fix it, we'll just push the glass up. Because at this point, my car is such a hunk of junk. Like, I appreciate all of, you know, all of what it's done for me, I guess, as a car. Hanging in there in the worst of times, but it's on its way out. So I take it to him this past Wednesday, which is yesterday, and, you know, he looks at it, we rip the door off real quick, we push the glass up, takes like 10 minutes, it's not that long. And, you know, I'm like, oh, hey, so I got this oil change right before this happened, my oil light's on. He was like, oh, that's just on timer. I'm like, okay, drive it home. Today, this morning, take Wilfred up the street, car's running totally fine, and then when I go to take him home, I go to turn on my car, and my car won't start. Now, mind you, sometimes when the car won't start, you get that, okay, it doesn't sound like that, but like, you know, when your engine's revving and like it won't turn on. Well, mine wasn't doing that. It wasn't doing that. It was doing nothing. My entire dash would turn on. You know, heat would come. Well, actually, no, my heat didn't come on. My heater wasn't working either, which is very disturbing to me because that's new. But, you know, radio would come on, everything. But the engine would make absolutely no sound whatsoever. So I call him, get no answer. Call my dad, get no answer. Call Dan, get no answer. My mother's at work like an hour and a half away. So I call AAA. They're sending me a battery guy. I hear back from my mechanic, and he's like, oh, I think that's your starter. And I'm just like, oh, good, so the battery guy's not gonna know how to do anything, because, like, that's not a battery issue. Was correct. So, I was stranded at the park for about 2 hours at least, in the freezing cold rain. And no, I did not keep Wilfred with me, because I also started having a panic attack while I was there, because when I called about getting, you know, either a tow or a battery guy, whatever, from AAA, the woman on the phone told me, oh, your dog won't be able to go into the tow truck with you. He's gonna have to stay in the car by himself while you guys get towed. And I was like, excuse me? And I said, well, can I stay in the car with him? And she was like, no, it's not gonna be safe for you to get towed in the car like that. You have to be in the truck with the guy, but the dog has to stay in the car. And I'm like, excuse me? You're telling me that, like, you know, I'm telling her, like, I don't have a big dog. I have a puppy. Mind you, yeah, he is like 50 pounds and he is the size of like my medium-sized Labrador, but still, you know, you're telling me that it's not safe for me to be in the car while it's being towed, but it's safe enough for my dog. And I was very upset by that. Like, I can kind of understand it, but it bothered me because, to me, Wilfred is this little baby that I've been taking care of, and just, you know, for someone to suggest that his safety isn't as much, you know, it doesn't have as much worth as mine does, it irked me a bit. So I started having a panic attack, called Dan like 5 times, finally got him to pick up, and so he left work a little early and came to pick up Wilfred to take him home, because poor Wilfred was sitting there with me, and it was like, well, you know, we could leave the car a little bit and go for like a short walk nearby, but we couldn't like go back on the trails or anything, you know, and we had just gone for our walk, and he's turning 4 months old tomorrow, so he's still getting accustomed to the outside world, you know, outside of his house. So it was a very, you know, I guess scary experience for him. He was like, I thought we were going home, why are we just sitting in the car? So I had to open up my hatchback and put him in the back so we could, like, you know, kind of spread out. I hugged him and, you know, just tried to keep him calm, and then it started raining, but Dan showed up. He had the car nice and warm. He took Wilfred home, made sure Wilfred was all set, and then went back to work. My dad was here because he wasn't feeling well. And so, yeah, I sat there for 2 hours today in the freezing cold rain, waited for this battery guy to show up. He showed up, had no idea what to do, had to then wait for a tow guy to show up. But, you know, they were both very, very nice, but it was just, I should have just asked for a tow guy immediately. Oops. But, you know, just, it wasn't a fun day. And to me, it was just like, I was literally just with my mechanic yesterday, and then this happens. It's like, ugh. And I don't know if you guys know much about cars, but I drive a Ford Explorer. It's a 2004, so decently old. The one that I gave to Dan is an 02, and that gave me problems for a while, but it's actually serving Dan pretty well right now. But mine's an 04. I got it when my mom, she upgraded last year. She got, you know, a new job and decided, okay, I need to upgrade my car. So she went off and got a car that'd be more trustworthy because she has to drive a while, which, you know, obviously makes sense. And she wound up passing down her old Explorer to me because she couldn't get a good trade-in value on it. And so then I wound up giving my, you know, current car, which was a Marquis, to Dan. That's one of those, like, mobster-looking cars, like, almost like an old-fashioned police car. It looks like that. Like, it's all black. I swear to God, like, everybody in my high school thought I was part of the mafia when I first got it. So, but, yeah, so very kind of her to pass it down to me, but it has over, I think it's like 230,000 miles on it, which is extremely high mileage. I think the average they usually say is, like, once it hits, like, 200,000, that's, like, its maximum. So, I've been driving this around for a year with over 200,000 miles. I've put, like, you know, 30,000 miles on it or whatever, and it's just, it's insane, you guys, like, how long it has lasted considering. But still, a little bit stressful that it's dying when I'm in a situation where I was hoping I would have a full-time job by now, and unfortunately I don't. I don't have a steady full-time position. I do have lots of contract work going on. I'm very thankful for it. Once the ball started, like, you know, rolling, more work started coming in because people start to see, oh, you have more experience, oh, you're currently working. Obviously, you're doing something right. But, you know, for a while, when I first graduated college, you know, you need someone to give you that first break, that first chance to prove yourself. And then once that comes along, especially, like, you know, in the art field where you're contracting or freelancing, whether you're a graphic designer, a digital designer, a web designer, whatever, you really need that first break. And then once you start stacking up job experience, I've found that more and more people start becoming interested in you. So I've been pretty busy lately, but, you know, I have this fear in the back of my head, well, what if, you know, if I have to go out and get a new car, even if I can find something, which I have been looking at cars for under 10,000, like, you know, for pretty good deals, great mileage. I have a guy who's down the street from me, he's like, you know, he's got some really good cars going on, but I get worried, like, well, what if for some reason there's a month or two where I don't have steady income or not as good income and I can't afford the car payment? Mind you, my mom is willing to help me to be a co-signer on my first loan because I get worried that if I go to the bank and try to finance, they're going to be like, well, you're a contractor, so we don't know if you could be unemployed next Tuesday. I mean, anyone could be, but it's like, you know, when you're a contractor and it's not that full-time steady work, I feel like they look down on you. So my mom's been like, I'll help you co-sign and I'll get a better deal, you know, as far as the, like, you know, what's it called? Like the monthly payments and the interest rate, that's it. So it's just, it's a sticky situation, and I just spent, like, what, 18 minutes complaining about it. So you can tell that when I spend this long talking about something, I'm very, very stressed about it. So yeah, that's been my life. I'm probably getting a new car soon, and I mean, obviously I'm a little bit excited about getting a new car, because who wouldn't be? But at the same time, I'm not excited about the payments. I'm not, I mean, no one is, but, like, when you know that you can afford it, that's a thing. When you're wondering, will I have a job in 3 months? Like, again, that's something that everyone faces. You could be unemployed next Tuesday just like that, even if you do have a full-time job. But when you're a contractor, it's just different, because it's not necessarily steady work to begin with. So, you know, life lessons, guys, life lessons. I can't talk. I'm very sick. Is it a drink of water? Popping a new cough drop. I'm crazy, man, trying to get this out to you guys tonight. Like, it's already... Wait, what? It's 9 o'clock? It's 9:15. What happened? The last time I checked the clock was like 7:30. I mean, okay. I had dinner around 7:30. I wrapped up recording the other video, and I want to get both voiceovers done out of the way, because this one I could have done hours ago and gotten it out to you sooner. Like, you guys would probably be watching it right now at 9 o'clock at night, but I wanted to get both voiceovers done in one sitting. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm kind of regretting it. I promise I don't want to do double uploads tomorrow. Like, I want to, you know, make up. I made up for Monday on Tuesday. I want to make up for yesterday today, and then I want to get tomorrow's out. But, did I talk about that all? I talked about the Pokemon game coming out, right? Well, like I said, built a house from the game. Dan's gonna help me do the voiceover, because he's, like, really looking forward to the game coming out. He's, like, a super hardcore, like, game player. Like, he likes the anime and the games, but he is really, really hardcore, like, Pokemon game player. He gets every single new one, and I'm just sitting here, like, twirling my thumbs, like, that looks fun, kind of. Yeah. I'm just gonna go play Pokemon Go now. And walk around and be a loser. You guys can tell that I'm running out of material to talk about, because I complained about my whole day. And this is a slightly longer voiceover, because I usually try to make sure my videos don't go longer than 25 minutes. Like, anything close to 30 is just awful. So, haven't talked about the build at all, and I really haven't been, because I had so many, what am I talking about? I had to cut my clips so many times, like the footage, just to pull out, because this took me, it was 5.5 hours for the second clip, and I think it was 45 minutes for the first one, building the base of it. There's been lots of jump cuts, because there were so many times where, like, okay, this house isn't, holy crap, what's happening right now? I don't even know. This house is not terribly out of style for me, but, like, you know, I was trying to build in Brindleton Bay for the first time. I was trying to keep the feel of it. I was trying to use some of the new cats and dog stuff, including the new roofs. So this led to some building that, like, you know, wasn't super duper in my comfort zone, especially the roofing. Like, I'm pretty proud of the roofing job on this house, honestly. But I started questioning myself a lot, trying to maintain a style throughout the house, started questioning things. Stuff that I normally do, but I did an absurd amount in this. So there were lots of sections where, like, you know, it's footage that you guys just won't see that I cut out, because it was literally just me spinning. Like, sometimes for me to figure out a floor plan, I just need to move around the house, spin the camera a few times, look around at it, and you'll probably see that a little bit here and there, but I cut a lot of that out. And then there were also lots of times where I had to get up and go do stuff. I can't remember what it was. I wasn't working while I was doing this, but, like, you know, it was something. For some reason, I had to keep getting up. I can't remember what it was. It was, like, you know, yesterday and the day before. Cannot recall what it was, but basically I had to keep getting up and moving around and doing all this stuff, and it was very distracting, and so there were lots of, like, you know, long pauses I had to cut out. So obviously this was still a 5.5 hour video to 6 hour video. The original clips sped up at 750%, which is what I always do. Those were about 50 minutes long together. So, very happy that I got this down to half of its runtime. That's pretty good, right? So, and I just got a notification on my computer saying that I have low battery, because when I come up here, I don't drag my charger up here, because I hate unplugging it, because it's a pain. So, are we done yet? I'm tired. We're at 24 minutes. But yeah, I struggled with the house a little bit. I'm generally proud of how it came out. I think that the floor plan on the base floor is a little bit messy. The top floor isn't terrible. There's lots of sitting space though, I noticed, and I kind of wish that, like, you know, that little seating area in the top corner of the house, I was going to turn it into an office, and then somewhere along the line got distracted and just made it another seating area, but this time the TV. There are definitely things I would, you know, change if I could, but it's too late now. And I don't know how. I think I'm getting better at building, just slowly over time, because obviously, like, my first build on YouTube, I don't think it was terrible, but, like, I go back and I look at it, I'm just like, oh god, like, I cringe at it every time I see the thumbnail. So I think I'm getting better over time. I don't think I was totally terrible to start off. But, you know, guys, it's a practice. Like, I still have some people I know who, like, they'll be like, oh, I wish I could build like you. You build so well. And I'm like, no, I don't. I build horribly. And, you know, it's like some of my friends who are simmers say, like, you know, you just gotta keep doing it. So I keep building. Because you guys seem to enjoy the videos, and I enjoy the videos. I enjoy being able to take 20, 25 minutes and complain about my day and what's bothering me and stuff like that. You know, it's soothing. Except for when I have a sore throat and I'm sick like right now. That's why I need to have Dan come up here and help me with the second voiceover, but I'm gonna have to go get my charger now. So that's gonna be fun. But anyways, guys, we're about to jump into screenshots. I'm not feeling well, so I'm gonna let y'all go. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. This house, whatever it's named, will be available for download on the Sims 4 gallery. Just search hashtag ItsNat so that you can find all my uploads. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Give me a follow on VidMe. And I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye, guys!